Hey everyone, Make 3.0 Shine here, and today, welcome back to another episode of Skylanders Reviews, where today we will be reviewing Splat. Now, this is a bit late, I understand that, and I'm sorry to keep you guys waiting, but I have two reasons. Number one, I wanted to level up Splat and power blue Splat, but I didn't have the time, and I started getting worried, and then eventually it just became too late. And number two, I wanted to wait for dewotts to get online just so he could see me review his favourite. So hashtag blame dewotts for this video being late. But today we will be reviewing Splat. So like all the other reviews episodes, we're going to read her backstory. Splat grew up in a typical fawn village. Hang on. Let me try again. Splat grew up in a typical fawn village, which was perfectly manicured and orderly. Every day in school, she and her classmates would recite the same poems, play the same music, and paint the same picture, which was always a portrait of their great ancestor, Fluty Hoof Dancer. But this didn't suit Splat. The only art she wanted to learn was the art of war. Rebellious child. After school, she would sneak off to the river and practice her own free-form fighting technique against chompies and other creatures that were causing trouble. When the elder fawns learned of this, they were outraged, but soon thereafter a band of drow attacked the village to steal their valuable art, and while the other fawns cowered in fear, Splat stood her ground. Unleashing her self-taught fighting style, she defended her village and sent the drow running. Now, as a member of the Skylanders, Splat makes quite the impression wherever she goes. Remember when drow was a thing? Now they're barely used, so that's good. So let's just see Splat. Let's waste no more time. Because there's one thing I'm good at, it's wasting time. Okay, so of course I can't say her maximum health. I think it's 720 from what I read on the wiki. That may be inaccurate, but that's what I got. Speed 43, armor 6, critical hit 4, and elemental power 25. So you have to, really the thing you have to worry about is the critical hit. Let's look at her upgrades. Artisan Arts. Press X to pummel enemies with your brush staff. Heavy Hue. Press B to fling an explosive ink blob at enemies. Have an Inkling. Press Y to send an Inkling charging forward, leaving damaging ink pools behind and hitting enemies in the way. Die Hard. These puns. Melee attacks do more damage to enemies. The sparkly bits may make it hurt more. Broad strokes. Press B to fling an even larger explosive ink blob at enemies. Scapegoat. Scapegoat. You know, people say I always get my puns from playing Undertale and Sans and all that, but I think I might be getting them from Skylanders. Press Y to summon a more powerful Inkling that leaves behind longer lasting ink pools. Wet Paint. Hold B and release to throw a huge explosive ink blob that will leave a pool of damaging ink on the ground. Canvas the area. Ink pools created by wet paint are now larger. Shades of Pain. Hold B and release to throw a huge explosive ink blob that will create a large angry ink monster that attacks nearby enemies. Splattenstein. That's not the name, And then the bomb path. Running colors. Inkling creatures now charge a further distance to hit enemies. Stroke of Genius. Inklings and ink pools left behind by Inklings will now explode. Graffiti Gruff. Hold Y even longer and release to draw a huge Inkling that will trample enemies in front of you. And then Soul Gem is Bringing the Stain, which is enemies hit with ink attacks are now slowed. So that's her upgrades. Now let's see them in action and see how much damage they do. So her main attack, the Artisan, it does 37 and the final attack is 50. That's pretty good. And then large blob, and the monster does 15 damage for every hit he does. That's pretty good. And just shooting the blob at them does 20 damage, so yeah, that's pretty good. Then her Y attack, I forget what it's called, the ink blob thing, that does 27 and 8 damage. That's pretty good. So that's what she's like on her top part. Now now let's take her off and put on Power Blue Splat.
The Art of War.
So Power Blue Splat, I just put her on the final path, just so it's a bit different. So I think her brush is going to do less damage. No, it doesn't, it does the exact thing, never mind. But the ink blobs are definitely going to do more damage. Hang on. Or then another one. Yeah, 41 and 10 damage. That's pretty good. 27 and 10. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, the creature. She summons creatures on both of her paths, so creature does 16 damages, so that's pretty good. Okay, so that does it for Splat. I'm sorry if I seem unenthusiastic. It is currently almost 2 in the morning, and I've been just stalling and stalling to do this. I don't know why. Probably just lazy. Plus, I've been waiting for dewotts and he hasn't. So, put in the comments hashtag blame dewotts. But anyway, tell me in the comments which other Skylanders you want me to do. Next week I'm gonna be reviewing Sprocket. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.